Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Sulty and today I'm going to bring you a high round strategy guide on the map Numa. So to get right into it, I'm going to be showing you two strategies in this video. One with classic gobblegums and one with megas. So classics first, there's only going to be one door you have to keep closed for this strategy, and that's the door at the fishing hut. You might be thinking why eventually later in the video, because you're not using that trap, but this actually makes it so you get more kills with the flogger trap. So we're going to be moving straight into the early round strategy, and this is going to be taking place at the storage hut. And what you're going to want in order to run this is the window off. If you can get the ray gun Mark II, this is just primarily going to be used to get drops. But if not, don't worry, just buy the M8. This is going to be great for insta kills and great for getting your points up. And for the perks, I'd recommend these four perks here. However, if you make it into the higher rounds and you take it down, about round 100 or so, I'd recommend switching Speed Caller for double tap, as that's going to be better for the higher round strategies. So for this strategy, all you're going to be doing is just camping in this hut, and whenever the trap's ready, make sure that you switch it on. From this point, if you have the ray gun Mark II, you can just start spawn killing the zombies coming out of the windows. But if you don't, just get a train of about 5 or so zombies and then just start shooting them with the WAF. And in the later rounds, like the 60s and 70s, you might want to get a few more than 5 zombies just to be more efficient with your ammo. So once you get to the point where the trap turns off, you just want to start spamming the WAF depending on what round you're on. If you're on the rounds 1 to 60s, you can probably afford to do it. After around 60, if you don't have 2 alchemicals, you probably want to be more reserved with your shots. Try to make sure that your WAF's always going to get 10 kills per shot. So now moving on to the first of 3 high round strategies. Now I'd recommend doing this in the 70s or 80s, or just whenever ammo is starting to become a problem. I'm doing it a little bit early in my video, but this is just to show you how to run it. So when you turn the trap on, you want to start training in this hut. Now if you have full WAF ammo, or you have dogs coming up next round, or an alchemical coming if you don't already have one, you can start shooting the WAF at these zombies in this room. But if you don't, you just want to start training up all the zombies, letting them all build up, and this trap's going to last 40 seconds. So around about the 30-second mark, you want to start looking out the trap and trying to jump out of it. And that way, all the zombies that are behind you are going to die to the trap as you jump through it. Now this is definitely going to be the more risky way to play this strategy, but it's actually way more consistent than you would think. If you jump out of the trap and then hold at the left side of the staircase, I feel like there's always a gap there for you. It looks a little bit risky, but if you try it yourself, you will actually realise it's quite consistent. And then from that point, you're going to make your way towards the flogger trap, along the way building up points. So then once you've made it to the flogger trap, hit the switch, and I like to delay for a little tiny second, just to make sure no zombies make it past the first flogger swing. And that should take out the whole horde of zombies behind you. From that point you want to make your way towards the bridge, just creating a bit of distance between you and the respawners, because you're going to go prone under the flogger, stick to this left side, and you should be fine, and now run back to the storage trap. So once you hit this point here, you actually want to kill a little bit of time just to make sure that the storage trap recharges. If you listen carefully, you can actually hear it recharge from here. But while the zombies are coming, you want to kill some time, get a little bit of a horde up, and then as soon as you hear the little beep of the trap recharging, just make a beeline towards the storage hut and turn the trap on. And then just rinse and repeat this strategy for as long as you can. So now I'm going to be showing you the 3 trap strategy. So if you're wondering why it's sped up, this is going to be exactly the same as the storage and the flogger strategy, but after the flogger, instead of going back to the storage, you're going to go to the comm room trap. So to stop this video from being 20 minutes long, I'm just going to speed this little section up since I've already shown you it. And then once we get to the part where we're going into the flogger, I'm going to slow it back down. So you're going to start running the 3 trap strategy when ammo is starting to become an issue and you need to preserve it for longer. The only reason why you should really be shooting the WAF after rounds 90 or so if you don't have an alchemical or dogs next round is just to save your life. So when you're starting to get lower ammo on your WAF, this is when you're going to want to start running the 3 trap strategy. And this is just because you're going to be shooting the WAF a lot more to save your life when you're running the storage flogger strategy opposed to the 3 trap strategy. So back to the strategy. So once you've crawled underneath the flogger trap, you want to start running towards the comm room flogger. There's no need to do any kind of hoard up here. Just run straight there, hit the trap as soon as you get there. And at this point, you're just going to be doing the same thing as to what you were doing in the storage trap, which is just training the zombies around, wait until around about the 30 seconds mark, because this trap also lasts 40 seconds, and then looking to jump out so that you're killing all the zombies that's in the room with the trap. I should say as well, if you find jumping through the trap while it's still on a little bit too risky, you don't actually have to do it, it just speeds it up quite a bit. So from this point you want to start killing a little bit of time, getting a group of zombies together, get a few points from them as well, and start making your way towards the flogger trap, and you're going to do the same thing you've done before. Let the flogger kill the zombies, then go prone under the left side. And then finally, once you've made it under the flogger, there's no need to get a hoard up at the storage trap, it's already going to be ready for you, the trap. So just run straight there, once you get in the hut, turn the trap straight on, and then that's going to be the 3 trap strategy. So finally I'm going to be showing you the last of the 3 high round strategies for the classic gobblegums. This is going to be worst case scenario, you've got little to no WAF ammo, so you need to run the safest strategy possible. So this is going to be the comm room into the flogger, back to the comm room. So when you're running this, obviously you're not going to be anywhere near an M8, so you're going to want the STG or the VMP. I find the VMP a little bit risky to buy ammo for. It's going to be in the little hut as you exit in the comm room. So you can run the VMP if you want, but I'm just going to buy the STG. But when you're running this strategy, it's basically going to be exactly the same as to when you were running it with the 3 trap strategy. But one thing I wouldn't recommend is, if you have literally no WAF ammo, I wouldn't jump through the trap, it's just way too risky here. But apart from that, and having a different points weapon, nothing really changes.
I need ammo!
When you're on your way back to the trap, you're probably going to have to kill a little bit more time here just to make sure that when you get to the comm room, the trap's actually ready. So get a little bit of a hoard up. Now I'd actually recommend going through the VMP hut, it's probably safer, because this swamp line can be a little bit risky. As long as you keep sliding through it, a lot of the time it actually lets you slide through the whole thing, but it doesn't always let you, so just keep that in mind. Then get to the comm room trap and just turn it back on. I've got one more thing to show you when it comes to classic gobblegums, and it's actually going to be pretty important for high rounds. So after round 112, the flogger's going to make invisible zombies. But when a zombie's running through the flogger trap, the first time it gets hit by the flogger, it's going to turn invisible. But it's going to get hit a second time and it's going to kill the invisible zombie. And why this is important is because invisible zombies are actually insta-kill. So if you start spraying at the zombies as they go through the flogger trap, when they turn invisible, you can actually kill them with your gun, and this is actually a good way to get drops. So as you can see, usually in the higher rounds on this map, you can't get any drops off the zombies, because the Wonder Waff doesn't give you any drops, and of course traps don't as well. But after round 112, you can actually start getting all your drops per round by doing this. Now we're finally going to be moving on to the Mega Gobblegum strategy. So what you're going to want in order to run this is self-medication, wall power, bullet boost, raindrops, this is just going to be for your perks, or a perkaholic could work as well, and shopping free. Moving on to the doors, there's only going to be one debris that you have to keep closed for this strategy, and it's going to be the stairs in spawn. You don't even have to keep this closed, it's just going to make it so that when you make an ammo run for your L car, it's going to make it safer. So this strategy is going to be taking place in the comm room, and what you're going to want in order to run this is the L car with dead wire, the VMP with turned, and the STG with fireworks. Now I know the L car with dead wire is actually going to be pretty inconvenient, but if you were to take it down and you want self-medication to revive you so you keep all your perks and all your guns, you're going to need the L car with dead wire in order to actually get yourself a kill to be revived. So all you're going to be doing for this strategy is just training inside the comm room. Whenever the trap's ready, turn it on to help speed it up even more. What I like to do with the fireworks is I like to actually shoot it outside the comm room, that's where it gets its most kills. But the dead wire and turned you can just shoot inside the hut, that's fine. There's not really going to be any talking points for this strategy, so I'm just going to let the gameplay play out for another 20 seconds or so. Then I'm going to come back and show you an L car ammo run. So now on to the L car ammo run. So what I like to do when I'm doing this is try and shoot fireworks outside the hut, then just run through the trap with the safety of your fireworks, killing everything. And then you can buy some VMP ammo here if you need to. You could also just throw a monkey bomb here to save some time, but if not, just run straight through with the L car, buy your ammo. Around about now should be when your fireworks is recharged, so try and angle your fireworks to the point where you can see the door and it'll just clear the way for you and just run straight back down. And that's going to be it for the video. So if this video helped you out, be sure to leave a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.